right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful they got there pushing his word and truth and this sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Shai. And what I want to get into this morning, is how we have to conquer, our circumstances. Okay? We have to overcome and conquer our circumstances. And this is why, we're put in particular situation. Okay, it's not for it to stress us out, okay, not for it to cause us to be continually angry, but for us to overcome, okay. Now, there are going to be things that happen, that's vexing. There's going to be times where we are angered. There's going to be times that, we're stressed, but we shouldn't be in the condition of continual stress and anger, because of the circumstances we're in. Okay? The Lord puts us in situations to overcome situations. Now, I want to start off with this scripture here. Okay? In this book of Romans chapter 8, verse 37, it says, "Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us." You see, our victory comes through Yahweh Shai, even in our day-to-day. That's why we have the Gospels, okay, these 4 accounts of how Yahweh Shai was maneuvering when he was in the earth, and his direct teachings, okay? Because there's a lot of lessons to be learned, okay? There's a lot of lessons to be learned, all right, when you read the gospel, when we read the Gospels. Because even all throughout the accounts of the scriptures, we have to understand that the Most High will put, the believers in particular situation, his men that he was dealing with in particular situations, just to see how they would react. Okay? When you go back to how Joseph, what his brothers did to him, okay? And when Joseph came into power, okay, and his brothers needed him, he reacted spiritually, okay? He didn't try to get his carnal lick back for what they did to him, because he understood the bigger picture. As we understand the bigger picture, we start reacting spiritually to carnal actions. Because people of this world, they're going to be carnal, and the Most High utilizes them, all right, to see where we at in the spirit. It ain't even about them. And that's something I had to learn, recently, a couple of years, these last few years, that's something I've been learning heavy, is that these circumstances that we be in is not even about the people that are involved in our circumstances. It's about our growth. And our growth comes from how we react to what's being done, okay, or what circumstances we in. You have people, that try to make your life harder than it has to be, just because they have the authority to do so, You got people, all right, that just overcritical of everything you do to try to get you to doubt, You're going to have these particular things, all right? You're going to have, someone that's within your circumstance and your situation that's going to be, all right, a thorn. You see? And how we deal with that thorn has to be spiritual. You know, the Lord wants us to react spiritual. See, the flesh wants a corruptible crown, you know, which is a quick victory. The flesh should go tick for tack all day, you know, try to prove a point. You see, that's what the flesh is about. Okay, trying to uphold a particular image, trying to prove a point. Okay, but the spirit is thinking beyond that, and we have the wisdom within the scriptures on how to react to these things. You know, scriptures say what? Soft answer turn away wrath. Okay, the energy, you know, that you come in with a situation can determine whether it escalate the situation, okay, or calm it down. All right. Yep, and the brother GMS Holland just put it up. This is 2 Corinthians 12 and 7. It says, and at least I shall be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations. There was given, okay, to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan, to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. Okay, so there's times also when the Most High put us in situation to keep us humble, man, to humble us down, where we have to show extreme humility, you know, and the flesh, it's gonna suck. It's gonna feel like you're losing. It's gonna feel like, you know, damn, this person is getting up on me. Okay, but that's the flesh. You know, when King David was in this situation, and you think about how Israel was probably talking about David, like he killed Goliath, but he running from Saul. I thought the Lord was dealing with him. David wasn't concerned about that. David was concerned about being in order. Okay, he was careful how he dealt with the Lord's anointed. Okay, his emotions wasn't in it. You see, his reaction. Okay, Saul was acting carnally, but David was reacting spiritually. Okay, and that did something for David's character. That built David a certain way. That made him to be a great king. You see, because it wasn't even about Saul. Okay, because we don't, you know, Saul ain't even talked about that much, but whose name is still heavy in the earth today? David. That situation was about how David was going to react. Okay? So we be having circumstances, and we go through things, okay, within our day-to-day, and the Lord is trying to see how we're going to react, because he's building something. He's grooming something, man. Okay? And we have to react according to the Spirit in each situation. You know? These are the times that we really have to understand what the Lord is doing. He's conditioning his elect for greatness, man. And part of becoming great is overcoming our circumstances. And this is a thing of patience. Okay? It's a thing of consistency. Okay? And one thing about it, once you start conquering and overcoming it, you know, and the Lord has built something in us, and I say this through experience, that the Lord take that thing away, because now it's time to level up to something else. You see, once, you know, you overcome a particular thing, the Most High take it away, because now it's time to level up to something else, man. You know, remember, Satan desires to sift. Okay, and you know, Satan himself ain't gonna be in the break room, you know, in the snack machine, getting some jalapeno Cheeto, waiting on you to come in. Okay, no, man, he jumps on different people. Most High allows him to do so to do what? See what we in the spirit. That's what he did with Job. He said, have you considered Job? So the Most High is giving Satan an order to jump on certain people around you to see what your reaction is going to be like. You know? And one thing about it, once particular people, once they see they can't get their reaction, their desired reaction, okay, then they lose power. Okay? I think that's in Proverbs where it speaks about, if a brother know where it's at, when it speaks about how, it's someone that can't control their spirit is like an unwalled village, like a city without walls. Probably put in a city without walls in the book of Proverbs. Whenever it's so easy to provoke a reaction out of us, then we pretty much become defenseless, because now we're open to all the pettiness and the games that Satan play. You so concerned about a victory, you so concerned about having a particular image, then Satan, pretty much can have his way because he has the leverage now. Because I say people in their mind, they'll think that they're getting, carnal victories, but see, we getting victories in the spirit. Yeah, they got a little audience to see their little victories, and the crowd reaction, is cute, but see, we getting victories in the spirit. And see, those corruptible victories aren't going to mean anything in the time of judgment, but those spiritual victories that we are getting, it's going to mean everything, man. So when we are put in these situations, people, start acting a certain way, we have to take a step back, and really, see, in the spirit, how do I need to react to this? Because being impulsive, is a trait of the world, being impulsive, being, rash, that's the trait of the world. Like, we've been given this wisdom to really apply it in real-time circumstances, man. We've been given this wisdom, to apply this wisdom in real-time circumstances, man. So when we come into situations, the Lord is instilling spiritual reactions, because even in Jacob's trouble, we're going to have to react spiritual, man. There's going to be some things that happen, betrayal is going to come, and we're going to have to remain spiritual. Remember, Yahushua was betrayed, There's no account of him cussing Judas out, oh, bitch ass nigga, you was with me the whole time, you gonna do me like that, He was wilding out, man. He knew, hey, this had to be done, Hey, our mother, our brother, our sister, our favorite little cousin, they could betray us, man. And we can't wild out because it got to be done. Like, somebody got to fulfill their prophecy. You ain't ran, I knew it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be you. Like, what? Why not? Who had resisted his will? We come to some times where things are going to happen. We're going to have to react in the spirit. That's why pretty much when Yahushua, he got to the point as he was getting ready to be crucified, well, he ain't say much, man. He was just in the spirit. He ain't, thou sayest, because he knew it was what it was. He wasn't there to try to get a carnal victory, you know, to try to prove that Jake was lying. Okay, hey, he knew what time it was, man. Okay, well, guess what? He got the ultimate victory, which is everything. The Father gave him everything. That's why I say it is finished. You know, not only just being a sacrifice for the nation, but him becoming perfected. The crucifixion perfected Yahushua. And so he knew that he had to go through it. That's why he didn't have much to say. You know, to all the accusations and things that was going on. Okay. Now this is the brother GMS Holland. All right, the Great Gathering 144. This is Galatians 5:17 said, "For the flesh lusted against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things ye would." Yeah, the flesh is a hindrance, man. Because the flesh will have you so out of pocket and so off balance, okay, that you'll become, okay, stagnant in the spirit. You know, you so concerned and, overwhelmed by carnal things, okay, by things in the flesh, how you feel and your emotions, and you'll be stagnant in the spirit. You see, we have to refuse to let anything hinder our spiritual growth, man. You know, that's the mind frame that we have to be in, that we're not going to allow, Lord will, you know, anything to stunt our spiritual growth, man. And that's what the flesh does, man, because the flesh will have you so occupied in vanity and things that don't matter. Remember, this world means everything to these people. It means nothing to us, man. Okay? The only reason we work because we got bills. Okay? That's the only reason we here. Okay? That's the only reason we got to deal with this society, basically because we subjugate the payments, man. You know? And that's the condition of the battle. You see? Well, remember, this world means everything to these people. They gonna fight for it. Okay? We fighting for the world to come. Okay? So we can't be occupied in battles, okay, in the flesh with these people, man. These corruptible crowns with these people, man. Okay? You have to look beyond. All right? Now, this is another one from the brother GMS Holland, the Great Gathering 144. Shout out, shout out to the brothers across the pond, man. You know, the wild for tuning in, all you Akim. You know, it was good out there in the EU, man. Y'all, you know, this is brother. This is Proverbs 25:28. It says, "He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." Yeah, it makes you defenseless. You know, if people know that they can say particular things or do particular things and create a reaction, they'll do it. And they especially do it in front of a crowd. You know, they especially do it, because they know they can get a reaction, man. Have you around there pouting, people, they able to change your whole mood, okay, based off something they said or did. Like they gonna manipulate that, man, and have you defenseless. This is Proverbs 16:32. It says, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city." Okay? Because you gotta think, like, when there's battle, as a general, okay, your mind, you have to have a certain discipline, okay, when you at war. So the general has to think on a whole nother level than everyone else. Okay, and people under him probably not even gonna understand why he made that decision, because they not thinking as many steps ahead as he is. They're not thinking about all the lives, okay, that he's responsible for through his decision making. So he's gonna think on a whole nother level, okay? And the Most High puts us in these circumstances so we can start thinking on a whole nother level, man. Okay? All right. This is another one from the brother GMS Holland, the great gather 144, Matthew 24:12, and it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay? The love of many shall wax cold, man. So that's the times that we are in, because we ain't seen nothing yet, man. You see, things are still, business as usual, man. Okay? It's going to get way more grimy than it is now. Okay? And we have to be in the spirit. We have to have spiritual reactions to, these people that are in the flesh. Okay? And that's why I say we're more than conquerors through him that loved us, man. Because Yahweh Shai has gave us everything we needed, okay, to overcome. We got the brotherhood, we got fasting, we got prayer, we have the understanding of the scriptures, the Holy Spirit that gives us discernment, okay? We have everything we need. Now, I end it here with St. John 16. Okay, let's get St. John 16 and 33. And it says, these things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Okay? I have overcome the world. Yahweh Shai has overcame. He was in the same circumstances we were in, except, more intense. Okay? It was more intense, man. He had Jake, okay, trying to trip him up. Okay? On a daily basis, man. All right? Someone betrayed him from the inner circle. Okay? And ultimately, he was handed over by his people, all right, to Edomites, man. You see? So Yahweh Shai overcame through what his spiritual, all right, reaction, because at the end of the day, he knew what he had to do, and he knew that death wasn't the end of the story. He was thinking, he had an immortal mindset. Okay? He wasn't fully invested into that temporary life that he lived. He knew he came to teach, okay? Set the foundation for the doctrine and to be a sacrifice, man. This go around. But he knew that wasn't the end. So he wasn't invested into the current situation, man. Okay? And he overcame. He overcame because he didn't care about his current situation, man. He was thinking beyond. So Lord will we have that mind frame as we move forward, man. So that's the point. I pray that you brothers, all right, and you few sisters are edified to the next time I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Bible, Ball, DTA soon. Shalom.